Hi everyone, so I know my last videos have been about New York and Chicago. I want to talk about something different today. Now, I don't consider myself political by any means. However, one piece of legislation, it's a couple years old now, the Waxman-Markey bill, also known as the energy tax bill. Um, I came across it while watching a video on YouTube by the Young Turks. Um, I can't remember the exact video right now, I'm sorry guys. But I was curious about it because I had never really heard about it before, and so I looked it up, and turns out that a lot of people are against this because it means it'll spend more money per year on energy costs, due to regulations by the government for power plants to retrofit their equipment to be more energy efficient by 2020, which right now is only 9 years away. Also, another one, again, this is all from Wikipedia. I don't know exactly the specifics. This is what I'm getting from Wikipedia. And it's saying energy companies must have 20% of their energy needs, power that they have to provide to their customers. They have to have 20% of that from renewable energy sources, so solar, hydroelectric, wind, geothermal, by 2020. Now, I'm an architecture student, so we're taught, or at least at my college, in Colorado, we're taught to do that from day one because the first thing you see of from a society is their buildings. It's the first thing you see. It's the first thing you see in the city, last thing you see in the city. I mean, the airport. Come on, it's a building. Now, as an architecture student, I firmly believe that most we have to house people in houses, and I think that we should reduce our carbon footprint naturally by way of solar energy where possible. So, obviously, in certain areas, it's not economical to put in because there's not enough sunlight, or it doesn't come off as often as it does certain areas. It's a lot easier, like in the desert, where the sun shines pretty much every day. It's a lot easier to put solar power in. Geothermal heating, using the heat, or its natural, about 50-degree temperature, ambient temperature, to cool and both heat and cool a building naturally. Um, because right now, a lot of our energy comes from coal, oil, and natural gas power plants. Now, those are all fossil fuels. Those will all run out. That's the thing. That's what I stress. They will run out. Maybe not in our lifetime. For the way we consume them right now, they probably will. But they will run out. And renewable energy sources, they will run out eventually, but not as quickly. Now, I also firmly believe that we shouldn't be living as large as we do. Like, what's it called? The average American home in 2000 was 2,300 square feet, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when you consider from 1970, that's up at least, sorry, 600 square feet from the 1970 average of 1,700 square feet. Now, where is all this extra space coming from? All that extra space is family people, mostly builders and developers, because it's a lot of suburban communities. Most of the um, development is in suburbia, and it's developers think they need to put in every home a formal living room, a formal dining room, kitchen, with an eat-in island, a breakfast nook for a table, and also a family room, a den, a unfinished basement which could potentially be another living space, and also a new trend is a bathroom for every bedroom. Now, when I grew up, I lived in a house with formal living room, formal dining room. We did not use them, except for Thanksgiving. We had a birthday. When you have a lot of people over, that's when you use them. Most people don't have those. They have them maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Now, for me as an architecture student, that seems a lot of wasted space, considering those each of those rooms separately, formal living and formal dining, are about usually 10 by 15. Now, I grew up with a slightly larger one. It depends on the house. But, so 10 by 15, that's at least 150 square feet each. So, put them together, it's at least 300 square feet of space that you need to heat, cool, light at night for a thing you use 3 times a year. Now, that just seems stupid to me. Oh my gosh. And it really angers me as an architecture student because I know I'm going to end up doing residential architecture at some point in my life, and I don't mind residential architecture. I really enjoy it because it makes people, I enjoy making people's lives better, and I think architecture does that. However, I also firmly believe that you should not build space that you don't need. So for all those people that are buying McMansions, which is a term we use in the architecture field, for houses that are very large, like the 2-story entrance with the arched window. Those are what we call McMansions, 2-3-car garages, possibly sometimes even 4, on very small lots. So they have no backyard, or front yard for that matter. And most people are like, oh, we need a big backyard for our kids, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine, I can understand that. However, I don't think, as your starter home, you need to buy a 3,000 square foot house. I think you should feel comfortable, if you're a young couple moving out of the city, that's what a lot of people do. They move out of the city into the suburbs. I think you should start off with a small home first. Maybe have a child or 2, whatever you want. I personally don't think you should go over 2, because you have to pay for stuff. It costs a lot of money to have kids. So they don't need their own bedroom right away. They can share bedrooms for a few years. I think once they start school, maybe till about 5th grade, which could be about 11 years old, they can still share a room. After that, they need their own room. So you don't need the 5-bedroom house right away. You can have a 3-bedroom house, which usually is good for, a long time. Now, the problem is most builders don't build that anymore. They build 4, 5, 6, 7-bedroom houses. And I'm thinking, as I sit there and I look at these plans because I'm both curious about it and critiquing it at the same time. I'm curious to see what builders are building because that's a trend. I want to see what's going on. That's how I keep myself informed. And I'm looking at these plans and it's like they have formal spaces that don't ever get used. And then they have big, expansive, informal living spaces that you use all the time. And a lot of times people will come up and say, oh my god, my house feels so cramped. You go, okay, how big is your house? They say 4,000 square feet. I bought B-A-L-K. And I'm shocked. Because in theory, you shouldn't have a problem in a 4,000 square foot house. So, yeah. I personally don't believe that we should be living that large unless you actually need it. Now, I know that went really off topic, so back to this energy tax. Solar power, great. Wind power, awesome. If it's possible, if it's feasible to utilize these natural forces, use them. I mean, I live in Colorado, which is a fairly liberal state. Fairly. Depending on where you are. And our airport has solar panels. In Denver. Our airport has solar panels. That's insane. So, I'm going to do a series of videos about MGs, how to use this in your own home. And this is from a college student. This is someone who's learning this as it comes out. This is one who's usually up with the new technologies. And this isn't just for, students like me, it's for everyone. So I encourage everyone to tell their friends about these videos and watch them because I can help you, hopefully, try to help you reduce your carbon footprint and make the world a better place. So hope you enjoy, and I'll be uploading them soon. Okay, thank you.